Hello everybody, it's Cap Corgi. I wanted to give an update. I've covered this for a few videos now, and I will continue covering it, by the way, so I hope you guys are enjoying the content. We've been covering the entire censorship debacle for Visa and Mastercard, trying to police what we're saying, what we're doing, and what we're gaming all over the world. It's that, followed by the governments catching on board, and followed by special interest collective Karens, like Collective Shout from Australia, trying to basically, control and curtail what kind of media we consume as adults, by the way. This is happened because of, this global push that is occurring via all these, groups and all these countries trying to limit our free speech and limit our rights to consume the content that we're frankly allowed to consume. It doesn't matter if someone like Visa or MasterCard finds it, distasteful or adult or whatever. If it's legal, it should be allowed. And that's the entire point. And that's how it's been until the past about, I would say, like 3 months especially. There's been a concerted push. This has happened many times before in the past, but this has been a major thing. Now, we've covered it in a few videos over here, I'll go ahead and highlight and link those down below. Sorry, it's a Tarkov video. itch.io got 17,000 games completely delisted, and slowly they're trying to bring them back and, finagle it and so on and so forth. But it's been an absolute debacle, and it's continued with the end of basically what amounts to the end of internet anonymity with the UK and EU passing laws and basically pushing censorship with the UK Online Safety Act, and the EU has a version of this, and even the US has some things that are trying to be pushed like this as well. So these censorship problems never just stop at what these companies say it's going to stop at. That's not how censorship has ever worked, and that's definitely not how it's working here. They use protect the children as a Trojan horse to try to tell you, oh yeah, don't worry, it's just all of this very adult stuff. It's all just like, weird fetish stuff, and that's it. And then it moves on to, more, like, less egregious online things, like, let's say comics like Invincible. Let's say games like GTA. And then it moves on to fucking everything. These people, if you give them an inch, they take a mile. So I've covered this many times before. I will link these videos in the description below. So if you want to know more information about the history of this subject and why I'm covering it, why I'm so passionate about it as a lifelong gamer myself, definitely check those out. I worked very hard to put that history. But let's talk about what has just happened. Basically, in my previous videos, I talked about various steps that you, as a person, as a consumer, as a player of video games, an enjoyer of whatever you want to enjoy, or just a hater of overreach, this is very strongly, you can reach out to many of these companies like MasterCard and Visa, and the governmental agencies as well. I covered how to do both. And basically collectively shout at them, just as Collective Shout has tried to curtail our rights. And, basically bug them. Call them on the phone. Call them on, burn their customer service lines. Absolutely inundate them with nothing but merciless calls and merciless, discussions and emails and petitions and everything, over and over again, until they cannot ignore you more. Because remember, guys, we are the people, and they need us way more than we need them. If everyone decided to stop using Visa and MasterCard, guess what? Visa and MasterCard fucking die. And they're afraid of that. Which goes to show you with MasterCard cracking. MasterCard has released a statement because they're shit scared. And I'll read it out to you, and then we'll discuss it, and we'll talk about what this means. So here it is, clarifying recent headlines on gaming content. MasterCard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites and platforms, contrary to media reports and allegations. Our payment network follows standards based on the rule of law. Put simply, we allow all lawful businesses on our network. At the same time, we require merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure MasterCards cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. So what they're saying is, don't get mad at us. We actually are only following the letter of the law. And obviously, as you know, readers have pointed out on X, which is one of the only good things about Twitter right now, is that you know, there are these community notes where, you know, if something like a fucking corpo like MasterCard tries to pull some shit and they try to lie, everyone calls them out. It's the power of a real collective voice. And so they very clearly state this is a complete bullshit statement, an absolute fabricated lie, an absolute fucking lie. And because like Steam actually responded back. So, you know, the MasterCard said, hey, it's not us. Don't get mad at us. Stop burning our phone lines. Stop attacking us. It's not our fault, boys. It's not our fault. And Steam responded. And they said, excuse me, you're fucking lying. So we have two examples of this. We have Guardian giving a pretty good, actually, I'll link this in the description below as well, where they talk about, you know, kind of the history of the entire movement and the entire, like, fuck up by Visa and MasterCard overreaching. And then we have the original statement that Valve gave to PC Gamer, saying, excuse me, MasterCard did force our hand. MasterCard is a liar here, an absolute liar. Why are they always lying? It's a great question that I really think that you guys should all continue pushing. We were recently notified that certain games on Steam may violate the rules and standards set forth by our payment processors and the related card networks and banks. As a result, we're trying these games from Steam. And it is absolutely directly from Valve's mouth. This is absolutely caused by Visa and MasterCard. So, you know, people can get mad all they want at Valve, and I understand that. I think they should have fought more. But, you know, at this point, like, at least they're being very, very clear on what is going on and who is causing this issue. And it is very explicitly said by Valve. It was removing the offending games, so-called, because of loss of payment methods would prevent customers from being able to purchase other titles and game contents on Steam. Basically, that MasterCard and Visa forced their hand, and they said, we'll completely pull out. No one can buy any game from your entire platform, and your platform will cease to exist, which sadly is true. Valve didn't say which games they have been yanked off stream, but like it's been too many, actually. It's been absolutely way too many, and other games have been caught up in the entire debacle. Games that are not even adult games. The games that are, well, they are adult, but like adult via violence, not adult via, you know, sexuality or anything like that. And you know, I'll cover those as well. If you want to hear more of that content, if you want to see what other games are being pulled and targeted that aren't, you know, smut games or anything like that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely cover those, because it's a lot of horror games, it's a lot of action games, and it is a lot of games that have no business being anywhere near any adult thing, because it's like, you know, games that are like 20 years old even are getting attacked by this. I won't bore you with the list right now, but if you guys do want to hear about it, give this video a like, give this channel a sub, click the bell for notifications, and leave a comment for sure, so I know, and I'll create more videos on that subject. Anyways, we're going back. But yeah, here we go. We got, you know, an example. We got another example in here of Trials of Innocence. This is a game, and it's like a freaking like Ace Attorney style, like a court game, and it's absolutely insane that all these companies, Visa and MasterCard and so on, are trying to put their morals on us. And not only this, MasterCard is lying so fucking hard that they have a history. Visa and MasterCard have a history in 2024, 2023, even way before then, of attacking anime and, you know, mangas and everything like that. And I'll link this as well, Otaku's Magazine, covering this in great detail, great gory detail, about, you know, sites like Nico Nico, Melon Books, you know, Manga Library Z, so on and so forth, being forced to curtail their freedom of speech and their freedom of creation of their art because of Visa and fucking MasterCard. It's absolutely insane. But I want you to know, guys, that even though they are absolutely lying, actually, here's another major lie. MasterCard is lying so hard that even the ACLU came in. The American Civil Liberties Union talked about, and this is for years now, this is all the way back in 2021, they even attacked MasterCard way back then, saying that MasterCard is being restrictive to free speech and potentially harmful to things like even sex workers, which is financial censorship. This is something that is a protected thing that you're not allowed to do. Financial censorship. And if financial censorship is not being is able to allow if the ability to protect against financial censorship can protect fucking sites like OnlyFans and Tumblr and so on and so forth, which frankly it should, because I don't think those companies should be able to stop any of these things. If it's right with the law, it should be right. If it's wrong with the law, it's wrong. And then if you still complain about it, get the law changed. That's what Visa and MasterCard should attempt to do, because if they try to get the law changed, we can at least fight it out in the courts. Right now, we have zero real recourse until we pressure them and pressure them and pressure them. And so the funny part is like they're lying so hard that we're catching them in the lie. And now why are they lying? It's because you all are listening. And I give you guys full credit. If you're watching this video, if you're sharing the other videos, if you're talking about this online, if you're posting about this on Twitter, if you're sharing videos, if you're calling these numbers especially, everything else pales in comparison to actually physically calling them, hitting them up, trying to push for, give them pushback for their censorship bullshit. This is what is making MasterCard and Visa crack and start saying lies, bending over backwards to say, oh, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. They can say this as much as they want. We all know it's a fucking lie, but we know it's affecting them. I think this is a good thing, by the way. I think it's a good thing that they're lying. I think it's a good thing that they're pissing their pants. This is MasterCard figuratively and literally pissing their pants because they know the writing on the wall and they're hoping we don't find out. They're hoping that we don't realize that if we continue to push back, if we continue to call our congresspeople in the US and your representatives in the EU and the UK and so on and so forth, that if we continue to clog their lines and make their business untenable by calling their support lines and so on and so forth, they will lose money. And let me tell you, these companies hate losing money. And when they hate losing money, guys, what happens? They change. Because every single company needs us. We are the consumer. We do have the power. And they know it. And they're hoping we don't figure that out. And not only that, every single time Visa and MasterCard and any of these people that we hate that's fucking with our rights, every single time they publicly lie like this, we can use it against them, not only in the calls and everything like that, but we can also really use it against them in a public forum. When we take them to courts, and let me tell you, we will. And when we are able to talk to our congressmen, we can say, for example, hey, MasterCard even stated publicly to 9.3 million views on Twitter that they have never evaluated any games or required any restrictions. So, this should be a protected right. So, all of the things that Steam has said that they've done, we should make sure they're not doing. This is holding them to account by their own words. Let me tell you, pressure works because people crack under pressure. The strongest nut will crack under pressure. But sometimes diamonds are formed as well. And I think you guys are all diamonds. This is exactly my point. You guys are forcing them to crack. You guys are forcing them to fuck up. And this fuck up that they're doing, these fuck ups that they're continuously doing to bend over backwards because they're facing so much pressure that they're not used to. This means that they're getting chinks in their armor that we can pressure and put more work into and get things actually done. When you are admitting in an open forum something that's a lie, they can absolutely be held to account for that in various things like, the Financial Protection Bureau and so on and so forth, that are, I mean, any kind of like, authoritative agency will see this statement and be like, well, MasterCard is acting like they're not even doing this. So I guess they shouldn't be doing this. It's something as simple as that. And I'm not saying that this is like, this is just a fucking post on Twitter by MasterCard. They can easily wave this away as like, oh yeah, our social media guy didn't know what he was saying here or something like that. But then they have to dig deeper into the lie. This is just an example. And this is just a prime example of how pressure works and how we should be continuing to pressure them. I've never seen a company this large crack so hard before, but I love it. So that is kind of like the little gist of this video and the information. It's not a major video, it's just an update, and I'll continue giving these updates as long as you guys want to keep hearing about them. And even if you guys don't want to hear about them, I'll probably continue making the videos because I fucking hate these people, guys. I fucking hate these people, and I gotta let it out, man. I gotta let it out. It's always, it's like a fucking fart. It's better out than in. And if you keep it in, at some point you get like, too gassy. You got to go to the doctor. You get ulcers. You get all kinds of shit going on, right? So you got to let it out. You got to let it out. And so here I am, releasing a verbal fart for your guys' pleasure. And yeah, this is working. So what I would say is continue. And I will link this. This is a really, really good little what's it called, graphic for you guys, and I'll link this in the description as well. Basically, how to call these people, Visa and Mastercard. What are the numbers in every single major country that is being affected? Australia, Japan, Canada, Britain, U.S., everything to Brazil, to Korea, Spain, so on and so forth. I don't really know my flags super well. Italy, I know some of them. Argentina, Jesus Christ, I think this is Sweden. Anyways, so basically, what number to call, what to say, tips to give, like, don't be mean to the worker, because the worker, when you call these numbers, they didn't do any of these things. It's not their fault. The person who picks up the phone, they're just like, fuck. Shit. So what you have to do is, like, try to talk to a supervisor. I've done this like many times. Let me tell you guys, I have insanity on my side, and I hate these people. I hate these fucking companies. So I've called Visa and MasterCard each, like, probably, I would say 25 times. And in fact, if you guys want, you know what might be fun? Would you guys like to see this live? I could demonstrate how to talk to these cucks live if you want. And there's a really good way to go about it. And, if you guys want to see that, go to twitch.tv/CapCorgi and follow me there. I stream every single night. Normally I play like awesome games, especially indie games and, things like that. That's, if you look at my channel, that's a lot of my content. I like to share like, cool survival games like Project Zomboid, and strategy games like Warhammer and so on and so forth. Dog shit games like League of Legends and Tarkov that I love, but, they're still dog shit. Basically, sometimes I do wacky things like this. I talk about very important gaming issues as well, and I can't find an issue more important than this. So why don't I call Visa and MasterCard live for you guys? Demonstrate exactly what they say. Demonstrate the proper possible hurdles that they try to give you, and how to get around them. And by the way, you won't ever be able to convince a manager, you won't ever be able to convince a social support worker that, like, you're right and they're wrong. So that's rule number one. Basically, all you're doing is being a thorn in their side. Because if you're a thorn in their side, you're A, making their business harder to do, so they can't ignore you. They're literally losing money every time you call. And then B, they're getting, harassed by their own employees, being like, Jesus Christ, we had 90% of our calls about our own policy of censorship. We can't get any work done. Can you guys fix this shit? If you don't think that happens, you don't know companies. I work in business. This is my day job. I know how to handle people. I know what squeaky wheel will get the oil. And as long as you're the squeakiest fucking motherfucker, they cannot ignore you. And their own workers will put pressure on them to at least try to clarify things, you know, move the needle. These things do help. And it's like an army of gnats. If you're an army of gnats, you're slowly chipping away at them, and that shit works. So I think what I'll do is I'll call with you guys live, and maybe I'll make a YouTube video about that. Let me know if you guys want to see that in the comments below. And also, this is very handy dandy. I had to look all these up. This graphic didn't exist a few days ago, last time I did it. But yeah, it shows you the exact laws that are being violated. You know, we can talk about all kinds of different things, how they, you know, they didn't cancel OnlyFans, so why are they canceling video games? Things like that. You know, these types of languages, these types of things can help. But yeah, that's basically it. The pressure is working, so keep it up. Call them. Call your congressman, because the Congress people, the ones who actually make the laws, they're the ones that are getting pressured by MasterCard and Visa. You know, do you think Visa and MasterCard all of a sudden, you know, thought of porn as a brand risk? All of a sudden thought of, you know, violent video games and, like, you know, sexuality and stuff as a negative thing? No, they thought this from the beginning. They're pussies. They don't give a fuck. They want to control everything because they consider everything a brand risk, and all they consider everything as is numbers. They say that, you know, if we allow blah, 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 blah stuff, then, as in, like, you know, smut and this and that and porn and not even porn, but, like, you know, violent video games and so on and so forth, then, you know, Coca-Cola might get a little upsetty spaghetti, and they'll put pressure on us. That's kind of what it is. It's like this weird cyclical Ouroboros bullshit. But you know, they tried this years ago, but they didn't used to have power over Congress years ago. They didn't used to have as large lobbies years ago. So ultimately, this kind of goes back to the power Visa and MasterCard have, not only on the number of transactions that they do, and the percentage of transactions, 70% of transactions all around the world, by the way, which is a duopoly, but they also have way too much power in Congress. They have way too much power by the Republicans and the Democrats, who give them such power. And I'll make a video about that as well. If you guys want to hear that video, do let me know that in the comments below, about which fucking politicians are being supported by Visa and MasterCard, which ones are being affected by their lobbies, which ones should be attacking them for being a duopoly and aren't, which ones are being affected in ways that they shouldn't be. The numbers will surprise you because it's frankly most of the Congress people. So yeah, there we go. That's the entire thing. Call them, be a thorn in their side. Call your congressman, call your representative in the EU and the UK and whatever other country you're from. Be a thorn in their side, because every single governmental agency, every single government can push back against these fuckers. And if they do, we'll get our rights back. We will. And we can win this. They're already, by the way, again, they're already feeling the pressure. If they're lying on the most popular fucking site of social media in the world, that's not named Facebook, they are feeling the pressure. 9.3 million views they lied in front of. 9.3 million. That's a lot of people. That's a significant chunk of Twitter. And they got absolutely fucking ratioed. So, you know, ratio by itself doesn't mean much, but it definitely shows you where the needle is. It shows you that we are in the right. It shows you that we do have the support of the people. It shows you that if we continue the pressure, we can at least move the needle back in our corner a little bit and continue until we move it back all the way. I don't want you to be okay with just a little bit. I want them out of our fucking financial transactions forever. I want them out of, you know, trying to pressure us with their archaic designs on what they feel is okay, and forever. I want to be able to buy whatever I want to fucking buy, because it's my goddamn money, and if they want to control me, they can suck my dick and then ask for my money like a proper fucking human being. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Anyways, that's my entire tirade. I hope you guys liked it. I'm passionate, and I think you guys enjoy that. I will never, ever curtail myself. I will never, ever allow myself to be silenced. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely ring that bell for the notifications, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Plenty of other fun stuff as well. So, you know, it's not just doom and gloom talking about this stuff, but it is also about fun gaming, fun indie new games, great, awesome reviews, and so on and so forth as well. Thank you guys for your patience. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys in the next video. Stay frosty, stay strong, and fucking kick their goddamn pussy ass.